Bex, your sound is a bit muffled. It's not as clear. I don't know why.
It should be. I haven't done anything different.
No, that's better, actually.
Hmm.
That's
Shall I just do
better.
that? Give it a wiggle.
Yeah, that's
There we
much
go.
better.
Right, just let me get this sorted. So I'll pin me. I will mute everyone. Right. Okay, let me move that. Just get all this gubbins out of the way because it's just a PT session. We don't need all this. Get the dog thing out of the way. Hey, cheeky mutt. Don't really want to be using these. Right. Okay. So, ladies, today we're going to actually start on the floor. So if you want to bring yourself down and we'll get ourselves comfortable. So as usual, what I'd like you to do is try and just refocus a little bit, because everything's sort of been a bit sort of rushing around, particularly Vanessa with current situation. It's probably just been a bit manic. So what I'd like you to do is just try and take a few deep breaths to start with and just relax and come into the room. If you just give me one, Sam, sorry, can you turn that down, not off? It's a bit loud, sorry. Okay, so just rest your hands wherever is comfortable, on your knees, on the other side, in your lap. I want you to close your eyes, and then I just want you to take 3 deep breaths, and I want you to breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth, okay? So in your own time. Just with each breath, I just want you to focus just a little bit more and try to relax. Okay, one more deep breath in and blow it out. Good. Okay, so first things first, we're just going to drop our head. So we're looking down into our lap. And at the same time, I want you to really push your shoulders down. Just hold it here. Just do another couple of deep breaths. But try to keep your back upright. So we're not slumping. I want you to keep your back up straight. Really feel that stretch down your neck. Good. Okay, bring your head up. And then we're going to bring our hands in front of us. And then just slowly, slowly walk your hands in. We're just going to relax your back and stretch out your hips. So head down. It doesn't matter how far down you've got. Don't worry about that. Just roll your way up nice and slowly. Hands to the side, and then we're going to bring one arm up, nice and tall, and then we're leaning over. Sit, stretch all the way down the side. Bring yourself back up, nice and tall. Hand down, other arm up, and leaning over. Nice big stretch, and then back up and relax down. So this time we're going to bring your arm up and over, and then we're going to come forward. So if I come to the side so you can see how I'm doing this. So to the side, sweep it forwards, hand back down to the other side, and then you're into the other reach. And then forwards again, swapping hands, reach right forwards and to the side. Let's do that one more time and back again. So down, forwards, reach round, should feel that in your hips, back round to your ribs, and then back round again, hips over to your ribs. Lovely. Okay, bring yourself upright. If you clasp your hands together, Wrists, especially if you've been typing quite a lot, they can get really quite stiff. So just give them a nice little roll. Just pay them a little bit of attention just for a second. That's it. Click, click, click. Oh my God, mine are really clicky. It's disgusting. And just give them a shake out. Okay, I'm just rolling your shoulders. Really try and roll them nice and strongly backwards. Feel any tension that's around your neck and down your shoulders. And then the other way. So up and round. One more. Excellent. Okay, we're now going to bring our legs in front of us. I'm going to turn to the side so you can just see what I'm doing. Bring your hands backwards so you're just resting comfortably. Just keep your back straight and your chest up. And then we're going to point and flex our toes. So we're pointing and flex. So just keep your chest up so we're not slumping. Chest up, shoulders back. That's it. Flex. Really feel that down the back of your legs and your calves and the front. And again, if you've just been fairly stationary all day, this will really help. Okay, now alternate. So one's pointing, one's flexing. Feel the difference. Good, one more each side. Now, I rarely do this, but it's just the fact that we don't pay any attention to our feet at all. And on occasion, it's quite nice to. What I'd like you to do is bring one knee in, and then I want you to bring your knee out. So we're actually bringing our foot onto our leg and the knee's coming out. Taking your ankle to bring it around the front, I want you to lift your leg slightly, and then we're going to roll your ankle. Roll your ankle the other way. Really just sort of stretch. Again, very similar to your wrists. Might be a bit clicky, might be a bit creaky. As long as they don't cramp, then I just want you to get a really nice big roll. And then just rest your foot back on them. We're just going to crunch our toes backwards and forwards. Again, possibly been in shoes of some description for a lot of the day. Might have been in trainers all day, so it's quite nice to give them a little stretch out and real flex. Okay, replace your leg back down, and then we're going to pick up the other one. So up, and then bring your knee out. Then we're going to cradle the leg, and then we're twisting. Now, if you do have ankle problems, particular ankle problems, then just be careful with this one, okay? Vanessa, if you're doing this, I can really, or I think I can hear from here the clicking that's going on at the moment. That's it. Right, rest that foot down, and then we're doing little crunches. Now, you may find that one side, particularly your lead side, is more clicky and more crunchy. Not a problem whatsoever, just going to be how it is. And just go with it and try and get those crunches and clicks out. That's it. Get those toes. Oh, I'm very clicky today. Right, and replace your foot back. Legs straight, just give them a little wriggle. I'll move to the side again. So we're going to do a little forward bend. So what I'd like you to do is sit up nice and tall, arms all the way up. We're going to flex our feet, and then we're hinging forward. So you should feel that right down the back of your legs. Now, the first time you do this, it might think, oh God, that's really stiff. Head down. Don't worry, it will loosen up. That should also be quite a nice stretch on the shoulder blades as well. And don't worry if you can't reach your toes. It's wherever you can reach to, okay? Release wherever you are. Arms all the way up, right by your ears. Nice and tall, and breathe out, arms down. Right, breathe in. Arms up, on the breath out. And we're leaning forwards. Taking hold of toes if you can, head down. Just try to relax. It's slightly easier the second time. Good. One more breath, release all the way up and bring it down. Absolutely excellent. Right. So I want to go a teeny tiny bit tougher on you ladies today, because although it's very, very important to get the breathing and the stretching, I do want to actually really try to tone and challenge muscles without it feeling like a strength or cardio workout. So I really want to start on the core, and something we're going to have a little practice of is holding, managing to hold and use your core to hold yourself still. That is actually quite a tough challenge. So I want to bring yourself slightly forwards and then ensure that you've got enough behind you. We're going to start simple and then we'll ramp it up. If at any point, as I always say, you're like, I can't, no, that's my level, do not go the level above. You don't need to. You stick at the level that you're comfortable with, okay? Hands in front of you, and we've got a slight bend in the knee, and then we're going to roll it down. So you're going to tilt your pelvis, roll it down, roll it down. Nice and slowly, use that tummy as a brake. All the way up with your arms. Bring your arms backwards, nice big stretch. Relax. Breathe out, arms up. Lift your head, and we're rolling back up. Nice. Very good. And we're going again. So tilt. Try really hard not to drag your feet. Nice and slowly. Try not to flop on the floor. You're curling down nice and gently. Under control, arms back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lift your arms. Lifting your head. And reach for those knees. Nice and slowly. Very lovely. Good. One more. Nice and controlled. This is not a fast move. There's no hurry. Plenty of time, ladies. Bring your arms back. Nice deep breath. Relax down. Arms up, head up, and lift. Wonderful. Right, so feeling in control of that. What I'd like to try now is I want to stop you at a certain point. So you have to hold your core, hold your abs to be able to lift yourself back up again. So what I call this is a crunch to sit up. So we're going to go nice and slowly, but if you notice that my shoulders, they're not actually going to reach the floor. So if I show you one and then join in when you're comfortable. So you're coming down and then we're stopping. Can you see my shoulders haven't actually made the floor? We're stopping and then we're coming back up. It's quite a lot tougher on your first two sets of abs. So join me when you're ready. So bring it down. Keep your hands in front of you to actually counterbalance. Hold it down there. Don't let your shoulders hit. Don't relax. Bring it back up again. Now, as we do this, you're very likely to find everything starts shaking. Not a problem. It's just your muscles working. If they start to hurt, then we stop, okay? Small ache and a shake, not a problem. Major hurt or a twang, definitely stop. I know you two, you're strong enough anyway, so you're fine. Bring it down. Hold it and push back. So, right, we're going to try 3 more. That should be starting to add up now. It shouldn't be that easy. All the way down. Hold it. Oh, shaking, shaking, shaking. Let's do 2 more and really try and make that tummy shake. Hold and push away and lift. Excellent. 1 more. And lift. Excellent. Good. Hands back and just relax. Deep breath. Good. Right. That should have woken your core up. And quite frankly, if it hasn't, I'll be a bit surprised. Right. So let's work on that a little bit further. So we're going to roll down and come onto your back. Okay, hands behind your head and bring your feet up so we're bending our knees a little bit further. Now we're going to progress the crunch here. So I want you to start, feet nice and flat on the floor. Tilt your pelvis so you do feel that all of your back is nice and flat on the floor. Then we're going to take a deep breath in and we're crunching up. So just lifting your head off the floor and then your shoulders. Hold it here and then roll it down. Now what I don't want is a neck wrench, okay? So your nose is coming up to the ceiling rather than your neck being pulled forwards, and you should get a bit of a shake fairly swiftly. And back down. Let's do another 3. Lift, hold it, shake, shake, shake. Oh. And back down. Breathe in, breathe out and lift. Sorry, you will hear the shake in my voice. And lift. And back down. Wonderful. Right, just relax for a second. If at any point this gets a bit too tough, I just want you to bring your knees in. Okay, at any point, just stop and bring your knees in. If you can continue, then do your best. So now what I'd like you to do is put your hands behind your back, head again. And then we're going to lift, and we're going to lift one leg in at the same time. Okay, so it looks like this. Breathe in, breathe out, and lift one leg. And then back down. So we're going to alternate the legs. Breathe in, breathe out, and lift the other leg. Join in when you're ready. That's it. Nice and slowly. Breathe in, breathe out, and lift. And relax. Good. Breathe in, breathe out, and lift. And relax it down. Let's do one more each side. Breathe in and lift. And relax it down. And breathe in and lift. Shaky shake. Oh. And back down. Wonderful. Again, as I said, at any point you just need to just relax, just bring your knees in and give yourself a little rock from side to side. Right, let's intensify that. If you don't want to, just stay where you are. So we are going to put our hands behind our head again and then breathe in, and on the out breath, both legs coming up, okay? It's twice as hard and it gets right in your lower abs, which quite frankly for us ladies is not the easiest place. So a good exercise to do. So it looks like this. Breathe in, breathe out, and lift both. And bring it back down, nice and slowly. Join in when you're ready. Breathe in, breathe out, and lift. Try not to jump it. You're literally just trying to lift them nice and gently, entirely with your abs. Breathe in, breathe out, and lift. Try to ignore the shaking. It's no bad thing. Right, let's do 3 more. Breathe in and lift. Nice and controlled down. 2 more. Breathe in, lift it up, control, control. And back down. Wonderful. Last one. Hold and slowly release. Wonderful. Right, hands away from your head. Just bring your knees in and just give yourself little tiny circles or rocks. And just release out everything. Good. Right. You know me. Stage is harder yet. Now, when you actually lift your legs straight, it's a lot harder. So we're going to attempt lifting them out straight. So just bear with me a second, I'll just get rid of that. So first of all, hands underneath your bum. So we're going to split this up a little bit. So hands underneath your bum to create a little bit of a platform. And what that does is basically force your back down onto the floor. Then we're going to bring our legs straight, or as straight as you can get them. Here is also fine. And then we're going to lower our legs nice and slowly. So leg levers. No hurry. The slower, the more challenging. So we're coming as low as you can. Just try to hover your legs off the floor, and then we're slowly back up. Now the trick is to bring it as slowly up as you do down. It's very much harder. So nice and slowly on the way down. Hover it just off the floor, and then lift it back up just as slowly, nice and controlled. Now remember, you can do it here. It's a lot easier if your legs are bent. If you can do it straight, you're challenging yourself more. We're going to do another 3. Nice and slow. Control and lift. Back down. Lift, breathe. Let's do one more. If you're still with me, you're doing super well. All the way down. Control and nice and slowly back up. Wonderful. When you're at the top, bend your knees. That's it. Just give yourself 3 rocks. Well done. Very good. Now, as you can well imagine,
Rebecca,
if you're...
Rebecca,
oh, hello, darling.
Just out of interest, with because I find when I do that, even though I'm trying to engage my lower muscles, I still feel it in the small of my back. I know that I'm using my back. So would you suggest just not bring my legs down as far?
Yeah, so definitely. Until your core is strong enough to completely hold, your back takes over. It completely takes over.
Yeah.
And also, if there is quite an arch in your back, it will force the arch to be exaggerated. That's why I ask you to put your hands underneath, so it stops that to a certain extent. But if you are still feeling it in your back, what I'd like you to do is bend your knees to tabletop position.
Okay.
So that is particularly advanced. If you are feeling it in your back more than your core, which is absolutely shouldn't be the point, I want you to bend your knees, and then we're going to bring your feet down as far as they can. So even if they're here and you start feeling it going, oh, my back, just bringing it a little bit further, less further down. If you can, hold it and bring it tap and back up again.
Okay.
Then that's advancing that one. So even if you just bend it and just bring it a little way and then bring it back again. I really do want you to sort of prop yourself right underneath here. So it's forcing your back down, okay? It should be a little easier. But no, it's a really, really good question because it's very, very common. Very, very common. It just starts hurting your back rather than here.
Yeah, fine. Okay, that's brilliant. Thank you.
Does that help, sweetie?
Yeah, that's great.
Fantastic. All right, my lovelies. Well, in the interest of combining the two, so that is a little bit tougher, let's start with tabletop. We can always advance into straight leg if need be. So what I'd like you to do is we're going to bring our arms up. So come into your legs into tabletop, we're going to bring our arms up. And what we're going to do is when your arms are going backwards, your legs are going down. So you have got to control here more. So don't bring your feet all the way down if you can't. So it's out. And again, so if you can feel that in your back, don't bring them all the way down. Just bring it halfway and then back up. That is still really tough. Bring it out. Now try to be coordinated. So try to coordinate how far out everything goes and all the way back in. Let's do that a few more times. So bring it out. Hold it. And back in. A couple more times. Back in one more. So if you're feeling brave, you go further out. And back in. Lovely. So bring your feet and your knees in, and we're just doing little rocks and little tiny circles. That should relax your lower back out as well. Good. Right, now let's concentrate on giving your back a little twist out, so a little stretch, but getting your oblique muscles. So this is the oblique muscle chain down here. Where your muscles do this, these are the obliques, and they are quite tough to train unless you do it specifically, but they actually really help create shape in our waist, particularly for us girls. So quite important not to ignore actually. So if we bring our hands out to the side, and again, bring your knees in, we'll start with them quite far in. And then what I'd like you to do is don't hang about. You don't need to do this really slowly, but just bring yourself down and hold it. Just hover it off. Make sure your shoulders are flat on the floor. And then bring yourself back up. All the way down. Make sure it's hovered, not actually on the floor. And bring it back up. Now, what you should feel is that the sides do have to do quite a lot of work here. You're also getting a really nice twist in your back, particularly if you guys have been actually sat doing computer work all day. It should feel actually quite nice. Or like me, you haven't, but it still feels nice. So one more each side. Keep those shoulders as flat to the floor as they will allow, and use your hands as a bit of a support. Finish off the side that you're doing, and then we're going to come back to center. Now, if you're like, that's tough enough, Rebecca, I don't really want to do anymore, keep it where it is. But if not, we are going to bring them to tabletop. So it's a little bit tougher here. And then we're going to bring them out. So make sure that your knees don't start to creep up, because they kind of want to. That should be significantly harder. And to the other side. Remember, hover it off the floor. Oh, use it. Remember to breathe. Should still feel quite nice in your back, not painful. Back up. Oh. And one more to the other side. Hold it here and push. Very good. Right, bring those knees in, and again, just relax out. Good. Right, let's challenge that a little bit further. I want to get your hip flexors involved as well. So we're using these muscles here. Put your hands back behind your back again. And I want you to bring one leg in and one leg out. Okay, so float that leg off the floor. First of all, we're just going to do the legs. So again, Ursula, if that is just causing too much pull on your back, keep your knee further in. Okay, it doesn't have to go straight. It's the leg straightness that is pulling on your back. So we're here. All right. If not, we're all the way out and all the way out. So with bicycle, this is a bicycle crunch, bottom half. Your legs are doing the work first. Now, your core has to work really quite hard to keep your back on the floor, especially when your leg is right out. So really try and use your core, push it down, consciously push that to keep your back on the floor. That will engage it quite strongly. And Vanessa, not that you'll know this yet, darling, but when you have kids, that muscle set is shot to pieces. That's why we have to work on it quite hard. Fiona, you'll know. And one more each side. Okay, bring your knees in and relax. And just little circles or little rocks should release your back. Good stuff. Okay, if you're still with me, we're going to add in a crunch. So what this is actually all sets working, right? They have to work quite hard to do this. So again, if you're like, look, this this is hurting me, then just do one half and then just keep your legs further in if it is there. If not, you're coming with me. So we are bringing our legs out, and then I want you to lift up. Hold it here so you can see what your legs are doing now. And then we're working our legs, just stay in that crunch position. Now what you should find is you're shaking like a leaf pretty quickly. And now that's just your muscles working. Don't worry about it. Oh, you possibly hear the shaking in my voice as well. Just keep moving those legs nice and slowly, controlled. One more each side. Really try and keep those shoulders off the floor. And relax, bring both legs in and relax down. Well done. Oh, little rocks again. Wonderful. Right, feet down. Now, let's try and stretch out what we've done. So your core should be, if you can feel it, it should be quite engaged now and should be really quite tired. You did really, really well. That was quite an intense set on your abs there. So let's have a little look at what our backs are doing and what our glutes are doing. Let's give those a little activation. So bring your feet flat on the floor, but bring your heels in. And then we're going to tilt and lift your bum off the floor. So just your bum. You don't have to go all the way up to your shoulders at the moment. Now I want you to just stay here for a second. And what you should feel is that your legs are doing a bit of work. They're feeling active. But your bum isn't yet. It's like, it's a bit more legs. I don't think my bum's really doing too much. Give it a prod. It should still feel a little bit squidgy. What I'd like you to do is bring those hips up and really squeeze those glutes. Now your legs will try to take over. I want you to consciously tell yourself, legs relax, glutes do the work. So it's almost like it's sinking. The effort is sinking down into your glutes. And that's how we're going to activate our glutes quickly. So keep those hips nice and strong and really squeeze those glutes. I want you to breathe and keep thinking, sink, effort, sink from my legs into my glutes. Now, hopefully within about a few seconds, you should feel your glutes just going, oh, okay, I think it's my turn now. Take a few deep breaths. Hold it here. Really squeeze those glutes. They should be slightly burning now. Good. Right. Arms up and over. Right over. You should come right up onto your shoulders. Hold it here. And then really nice and slow curl down. You should feel that just sinking and maneuvering each vertebrae should feel really nice. Just release your glutes at the bottom and then you're bringing your arms back. Right, let's do that again. So tilt your pelvis and lift it up. Right up onto your shoulders. Hold it here. Get your bum. Now you should feel when you prod your bum now, you should be thinking, all right, okay, it's not so wobbly anymore. Should be nice and engaged now. If you consciously think about your legs, it shouldn't be doing anywhere near the amount of work when you lift it up. But, oh yeah, actually, my bum's doing the work. Arms up and over. Hold it up. Really squeeze your bum. Just think, oh, doing the work now. Squeeze it here and roll it down. Feel that really nice stretch all the way down your vertebrae. Imprinting into the mat and release right at the end and arms down. Let's do that one more time. So glutes should feel now very fully engaged. Definitely not your legs doing the work now. All the way up, squeeze. Squeeze, hold it here. Arms up and over and just hold it back here. Hips nice and high. Feel those glutes starting to burn, definitely doing the work. And roll it down nice and slowly. That's it. Sink, 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 and relax, and arms back down to the side. Perfect. Right, good. Okay, glutes engaged. Let's try a little bit tougher. Again, if you're like, I think that was tough enough, my bum hurts now, totally fine. I'd like you to put one foot on top of the other. Okay, so it's very, very similar to when we were just rolling our ankle and stretching our toe out. So just creating an angle with your leg. And then we're going to tilt and bring yourself up again. This is quite a lot harder because one glute has to do the work. This one is now redundant. Tilt and roll it up. Now try very hard to keep your hips equal. What will happen is one will start to drop. Try really hard to keep it up there and keep it equal. If I was to put something across, little spirit level, it would be equal. Now this, for me, it's my left. He's doing all the work now. So all the weight is on my left glute. Hold it here, squeeze, and then roll it down, nice and slowly, and release. Let's swap legs. So foot down, other foot up. Please notice the difference. There does feel quite a difference. It might be that one glute is a hell of a lot lazier than the other one. Bring yourself up. Just make sure if I have a spirit level on there, it's nice and equal. Bring it up. Hold it. Breathing here. And rolling down. Very nice. Right, notice the difference. If you're like, oh my God, if you're right-handed, my left needs some work, or the other way around, probably the case. If not, excellent. Okay, let's do one more each side. So letting our hip sink out, knee out. Tilt your pelvis, lift it up, trying to keep it equal. Make sure that glute's doing the work. Have to keep everything under control. Hold it. And rolling it down. Again, if you're starting to shake, try to ignore it. You're fine. Lift your foot off and replace the other foot. Get yourself reset and lifting it up. Get the other glute to do the work now. Hold it there. Hold it, squeeze. Check your glutes doing the work. Yep. And 3, 2, 1. Roll it down. Very, very good. Okay, so to relax your glutes out, I want you to just bring one leg, just cross your legs basically, one leg over the other. Bring both knees in, hold onto a knee with each hand, and just bring that in. So this should be relaxing out the top glute, top leg glute. So bring your feet down, swapping legs, so cross your legs the other way. Bring your knees in and hold onto your knees, and that should do your other glute. Oh. Right. Core very engaged, glutes very engaged. Let's see if we can do a little bit of a combination now. So what I'd like you to do, bring yourself up. Just reorientate yourself for a second because we have been down on the floor. So if there's any little stars, just give yourself a second. And then we're going to spin ourselves onto all fours. And what we're going to do is something called a tiger. Now, it's a fairly strong move, but your shoulders have got to do a little bit of work now, okay? So everything does have to engage, but I'm adding in shoulder work here. So core should feel tight, glute has to do some work, legs have to do some work, hip flexors, and now your shoulders as well. So we're going to first of all come into a plank position, and I'm going to show you what the tiger move is. So we're in a plank, so we're lifting up into a plank. That's our first move. Then our second move, I want you to put your feet down, and then we're going to come back into, I'd say a child's pose. It is, but it's not a full child's pose. That's a full child's pose. So just keep your head up and looking forward. So where you should feel that engaged, your shoulders should feel like stretched, but your hip flexors should feel stretched as well. We'll come back, lift back on to your plank position. Bring your knees down, and then we're coming back into a semi-child's pose. So let's do that again. Let's do that a couple more times. So lift, let's come into your plank. Hold that plank for a second, nice and strong. Bring your knees down and push backwards. Good, one more time. Shoulders should be feeling strong but used. Nice strong plank, hold it here, tummy tight. Remember to breathe. Knees down, drop to the floor and push backwards for that stretch. Good. Not too bad, yeah? Not too bad. Right, let's do it when we don't put our knees onto the floor. So when you are doing a full tiger, your knees shouldn't actually touch the floor. So let me show you. So into our plank, and then we're going to push back, keep your knees off the floor. And back to plank, and push backwards, push your bum back. So join in when you're ready. Plank, and we're coming into our little tiger. And again, push it back. And one more. Plank, push back. Hovering your knees. Bring it back to plank. Bring your knees down onto the floor. Excellent, well done. Just sit backwards and just give your wrists a little rest. Very good. If you manage to do that lot, it's not bad. Quite knackering, that one. Okay. Let's do another set, see how we feel. So again, you should, if you just rest for a second, you should feel what's been engaged, and it's pretty much everything. You're thinking, oh God, yeah, I can feel that everywhere now. Quite a good one for a total body. So let's do another 5. Re-engage into your plank. Make sure that's comfortable first. And then we're pushing back. Keep your tummy nice and tight. Bring it forwards. Push back. So your legs having to do some work there. They've got to hold you. Push. Two more from here. Bring it back. From back, hold it. Forwards. And one more. Push back. And relax. Very good. Right, to bring yourself out of that, we're actually going to go into the full child's pose to relax. So feet together, knees apart to the edge of your mat, and then I just want you to walk forwards and just stretch out everything that we've just done. Bring it out, bring it out, bring it out. Head down. 3 deep breaths here. Should feel very, very comfortable, but it is quite a strong stretch, this one. Good. Okay, bring yourself up. Just bring yourself onto all fours. Let's just do a little cat and cow. So just bring yourself up and release. And again, up, all the way up. Nice big stretch. Nice big arch. Release. Tailbone up, head up. Good. Okay, just come back to neutral. So I'm going to finish with some little Supermans today. We're not going to hang around too much on these because you should be feeling really quite warm anyway. So it's not like we need to warm up with these. So I want you to bring one hand, doesn't matter which one, but just make sure it's the opposite leg. We're going to bring one hand up and out, and the other leg up and out. Hold it here. Use your core, use your balance. All the muscles working here. Leg muscles, arm muscles, core muscles. Shoulders, quads, hip flexors, hamstrings, all sorts. Hold it. 2, 1, bring it down. Reset. And we're going the opposite side. Notice the difference. Can you feel that one side's a lot easier than the other? Or do they feel about the same? That's it. Hold it. 2, 1, bring it down. Lovely. Right, feeling brave. We'll try both sides. Only if you're feeling brave. So, same hand, same leg. It will feel different from one side to the other. So just try to rock onto one side, and then when you're feeling comfortable, we're lifting. If you're managing this, excellent. Concentrate, breathe. 3, 2, 1. That's quite hard to talk and do. Okay, the other side, this isn't going to go well. Right, so transfer your weight. And lift. Try to keep your hips straight to the floor. No twisting. No twisting. And 3, 2, 1. Bring your hand down, bring your leg down. Very good. Well done, everyone. Nice. Right, tucking your toes under, we're going to go into downward dog position and just stretch everything out the back. So lifting your tailbone up, head in between your arms and push back. Bring yourself up onto your toes and push back. Push it right down. Feel that big old stretch. And again, all the way up. And push back. One more. All the way up onto your toes. Just make sure you don't cramp. Push back. Wonderful. Moving our hands to our feet. Bend your knees if you need to. Hang here for a sec. Drop that head. Ooh. Deep breaths. And nice and slowly begin to bring to roll that up. Just stack those vertebrae. Head last. Arms all the way up. Deep breath in. And relax down. Very good. Let's just roll your shoulders at the top. Okay. I'm going to finish as always with our little scoops. Just give me 1 second, I'll bring it up. You see the state of my hair now? We'll ignore that. Right. Hip width apart with your legs. Bring your arms down and all the way up onto your toes if you can. Nice and controlled. Look at spotting just in front of you that's not moving. It's probably not the screen. And again, all the way down. Take a deep breath in and lift. Wonderful. One more. All the way down. Big scoop in. Big deep breath in. Lift. Nice and tall. And relax down. Wonderful. Very, very good. Give yourself a big clap. Excellent. Well done, chickens. Woo!
That was great.
Very good. Yeah?
Excellent.
Thank you for your question as well, darling. That is oh, Vanessa's still there. Is everything okay?
I've stuck it through. Mummy's kept on me.
Oh, yay. Oh, bless. Thank you, ladies. Well, hopefully what I tend to do is just try to challenge you as much as possible without it being like far too hard, but you get to a point where you're like, yeah, that's my level of difficulty. Because you know, well, Vanessa's been doing this with me for a very long time, but Ursula, you know what you're doing. You're fit enough. You've done Pilates before, so it's like I'm trying to challenge it without it being absolutely impossible.
No, it's excellent. You're so good at explaining things.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Really good.
But I have actually had to learn quite quickly how to explain things much more verbally. Actually, someone, it was Natasha. She said the other day, actually, no, I don't think she's done Pilates. It was stretch and flex. She's been doing it for a few weeks now, and she never used to do it with me. And she said, "My God, your explanation now, because you've had to do this for so many weeks, is way stronger than when you're in a class, because you don't have to actually explain." I was like, that's a really good point. I suppose I just had to sort of go, okay, if someone couldn't see me, what would I explain to do?
Yeah, no,
But,
it's really excellent because it's
you,
hard when you can't really see us, and you know what I mean. You kind of like
also you might be upside down or on the floor. I can't assume you're going to see me. You're like, what am I doing? Oh God, what position has she got me in? And Vanessa will know some of those positions are like, okay, right, what am I doing? I'm stuck and I'm going to fall. It's like, just remove that hand. Well, thank you, ladies.
Thank you,
really